Hello, welcome to my channel. It's a commentary channel. Content varies. I've uploaded thousands of videos. Search my channel. You might just find a subject that you like. So my name is Gem, and I want to talk about something that's quite hard and not often talked about, often hidden under the rug. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, a time to reflect, understand, and support. As someone who has walked the path of mental health challenges, I know the weight it carries. This isn't just a topic for me, it's personal. Now let's have a look at the brain and mental health. Our brain is a complex organ with various regions influencing our emotions and behaviors. The prefrontal cortex helps us make decisions and controls impulses. The amygdala, and I'm sorry, I have difficulty pronouncing words. Amygdala, Amygdala. It processes emotions like fear and pleasure. And then there's the hippocampus, and that's vital for memory and learning. When these areas are disrupted, it can lead to mental health conditions like depression, anxiety, or PTSD. I have all of these, plus borderline personality disorder, plus attention deficit disorder. So let's have a look at historical perspectives. Historically, mental illness was misunderstood. People were subjected to inhumane treatments, chained in asylums, subjected to lobotomies, or given electroconvulsive therapy without anesthetics. Now, many years ago, I was a student nurse, and this is the late 70s, early 80s. I can remember a patient with severe depression having like wire attached, a coil around his head and wires attached to his body, and he was given shock treatment for his deep depression. So it's not that long ago. And these actions that happened were rooted in fear and ignorance, not compassion. So let's have a look at modern treatment and challenges. Now, today we've made strides. We have pharmacies that pop out pills, therapy sessions, and as I said, people taking medication. In Australia, around 1 in 7 people are prescribed antidepressants. While medications can be life-saving, they aren't a one-size-fits-all solution. Many, including myself, have found that pills alone aren't enough, and you start off on a small dosage, and to get the same effect, your dosage usually has to increase. And here's something that people didn't know about antidepressants. The very little serotonin that you have in your brain, the antidepressant takes that and makes it last for however all day or until you take your next pill. It doesn't increase your serotonin. It doesn't give you more serotonin. So I believe personally that medication is just putting band-aids over problems. So anyway, therapy, support networks, and lifestyles changes play crucial roles in recovery. Today, in mental health, they are looking for peers. That's people who've had lived in experience. So let's have a look at the future. Hope through innovation. There's looking ahead, there's hope. Innovations like AI-driven therapy, personalized medicine, and brain-computer interfaces are emerging. Imagine a future where mental health care is tailored to each individual's needs, offering more effective and compassionate support. And I really believe, I've had it in other videos, I don't see AI as an enemy. Yes, AI has taken over a lot of jobs, but I think AI can actually help us, heal us. Could you imagine the type of nanochips in our brain fixing that up, fixing up mental illness? I don't know. Comment below what you think. So, neglecting mental health has dire consequences. In Australia, nearly 40% of young people aged 16 to 24 have experienced a mental health disorder. Tragically, untreated mental illness can lead to suicide, which remains a leading cause of death among Australians. These aren't just statistics, there are friends, family, and community members. And sometimes mental illness can lead to acts of, we think they're evil. Entire families wiped out because a man may suffer depression and he kills his wife and children. And it's very easy to label individuals as evil or bad when they act out of pain. But many times these actions stem from untreated mental health issues. Instead of judgment, let's offer understanding and support. Compassion can be a powerful tool in healing. And I just told you just before that I suffer mental health issues. Fortunately for me, I've got a therapist. I've got a family member who's in a worse condition, doesn't have support. Psychiatrists are expensive. You're looking at, for an hour of a psychologist, $400, of which you'd only get about $80 back from Medicare. Not all of us have money to get help. And in America, the situation is worse. And the amount of psychologists, psychiatrists, therapists, counselors is diminishing. We are actually a population worldwide that is getting more and more mental illness and less support and help. So I just wanted to say that mental health is a journey, a deeply personal one. By acknowledging our past, understanding our present, and innovating for the future, we can create a world where mental health is prioritized and supported. You're not alone. Together we can make a difference. And I please want to say, this is a warning sign. I watched a video earlier today where Mother's Day, there was 2 family massacres in America, the perpetrator was a male in both cases who suffered from mental illness. And the guy who narrated the video was quite correct. When it comes to children, your children are your priority. So if your loved one is showing signs, get a welfare check. And if never put yourself or your children in danger, it's not worth it. Love is not worth it. It's not when you're dead. I'm sorry that's a bit harsh, but it's the truth. Your children come first. They didn't ask to be born. And when I heard the stories about the Mother Day massacres, my heart broke. So if you are suffering from a mental illness, you're not a bad person, but you need help. And unfortunately, like I said, help is just not there. So we need more. We need more people. And there's a lot of burnout with counselling. It's a sad world. I think today, with all the stresses and things that are going on, there is more mental illness than ever, and more undiagnosed mental illness. And statistically, how much crime is committed by mental illness? Because I also have to say addiction is a form of mental illness, and how many addicts, to get their fix, do crimes. So mental illness, and I don't know, if you are suffering, I hear you, I feel you. You're not a bad person. I hate the word chemical imbalance, because medications don't fix this chemical imbalance. Medications are band-aids. Let me know in the comments, what do you think the best way to help those suffering a mental health crisis? And remember, especially in America, some of these centers where you get help are beyond the average person. And yeah, my heart goes out to all of you who are suffering or have a loved one suffering mental illness. But please do not be fooled. When people are mentally ill, they do not see reason. They are not logical. A logical person would not murder their family. So mental illness can be dangerous. Depression can be dangerous. I heard of another story of a man who cut his wife from a tree. Mental illness is dangerous. And this same woman left her child in a hot car. So I know it's harsh, but if your loved one is getting worse, get out of there. If they can't get the help or refusing help, it's not worth it. But everyone deserves help. Alright, thank you for watching. Please do not judge. Be nice to each other and to yourselves. Love, light and blessings. And this is Gem done. And please comment below, what do you think we should do with those who are mentally ill but they are not acknowledging it? They're refusing to accept it because they can become a danger to themselves and to others. And our laws only allow you to be taken away for 72 hours and then you are let out. 72 hours doesn't fix mental illness. All right, thank you for watching. Raise awareness, please, of mental illness. Let's start and keep this conversation going. Bye.